Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Platinum. And now today we are going to be going through going to the next city, where we'll be challenging the next gym and to get our 5th badge. But first we have to go through the next route. It's called route 214. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. I hope you get your Pokemon registrations in check, because in this route there are so many trainers here have so many Pokemon that are brand new to discover. That you haven't exactly registered in your Pokedex yet. So yeah, I hope you like seeing the registration of registering your Pokemon onto the Pokedex, because you're definitely going to be seeing a whole lot of it here. Yeah. And as you guys just saw, we just discovered a new one already, a Kirlia. Yeah. Now for this route, now for the wild encounters on this route, now you still see Zubats and Geodudes here, but there are new Pokemon that you can find here. But one of them just happens to be a Graveler, which is the full form of Geodude. But however, there are brand new Pokemon that aren't just evolved forms of previous Pokemon that we have already seen so far in this game. And there just so happen to be a Rhyhorn and a Houndour. Now, yeah, if you ever wanted a Rhyhorn and a Houndour, here's where you can actually get them. That's right, and with a Houndour being able to be discovered here, which meant that if you wanted to have another Pokemon that wasn't a Monferno or a Ponyta, then a Houndour was another option, Houndour is another option for anyone who wants to use a fire type of this generation. So yeah, how about that? Okay, now that we've seen two Gravelers here. Now, yeah, we don't exactly need another Graveler. Since I already had Geodude. Now, if I can find a Rhyhorn and Houndour here, I think I will be all good. Okay, now for this. Come on, let's be Rhyhorn and Houndour. Oh! Hello, Mr. or should I say Little Miss Rhyhorn? How's it going? Now, while we're getting this Rhyhorn, I should say this. Along this route, you will actually see this cave entrance. But however, it won't exactly lead to anywhere. But except you have this digger, which will continue how to keep on digging until you eventually keep on catching certain Pokemon. And if you remember what I said about the unknown relic, well, here's the thing with that digger, here. Let's just say, the more unknown you catch, the more longer he actually continues to dig until he actually reaches, until it actually reaches a brand new section of the unknown relic. And now it is the section of the unknown relic of where you can actually catch the exclamation mark and the question mark unknowns. So yeah, if you wanted to catch the question mark and the exclamation mark unknowns, then you would need to catch all the other unknowns, so that digger here can exactly reach it. No, sure, it can't exactly reach it for you. Now, there is another thing about that cave section, how that where he digs, is actually another piece of importance. Because, well, let's just say, it is the only location for you to actually get yourself a hippopotamus. Now, although it won't exactly appear on if you don't have this much unknown, but the more unknowns you catch, the high chance that you have of actually encountering a hippopotamus. So basically, catching unknowns in Sinnoh, actually gets you not just one but two special things. Well, yeah, yeah. How about that, huh? Unknowns actually have some valuable use this time. How about that, huh? Anyways, now that we just beat that rich guy person who just gave me a whole bunch of money for me to beat him, and now we get ourselves a Max Repel. That is very nice. Now let's just say when we talk to you. What's that? You have a Pokedex? An authentic one. Why, yes. And you say authentic because, yeah, Brady, you have 6. And guess what? Yeah, he has like a whole bunch of Pokemon that you will not see until once you actually get to this generation's Safari Zone. So yeah, let's just say this: if you couldn't find a Pokemon in the Safari Zone, during your first visit, in this game, it would be necessary for you to actually battle this guy, because he will actually have only have a Pokemon that you would not be able to find anywhere else. Not be able to find anywhere else in this game. Yeah, because as you just saw, he had a Scroopy, and now he has a Tangela, which I said previously was apparently unobtainable in Diamond and Pearl for some reason. What about Tangrowth? It was introduced to this generation, so what the hell? Okay, now he has a Carnivine. Now, yeah, the exact same Pokemon that we saw a lot during the Sinnoh anime, because James from Team Rocket have one. Now, as for Carnivine, sadly enough, after James left the Carnivine back at headquarters, we don't exactly see Carnivine we don't exactly see Carnivine all that much anymore in the anime, which is actually quite sad for me, to be honest. I mean, come on, come on now, where's the more love for Carnivine, people? Oh yeah, and where's the more love for Tropius, too? We barely see Tropius anymore, either. It's come on, come on now. Come on now. Where's the love for Tropius, too? Jeez. Anyway, yeah, thanks to Fluxa, and then goes that Tropius. Anyways, now my Flux's now level 31. What's up? Okay, now he's gonna send out. Yeah, a Pokemon that we've already seen thanks to, Team Galactic. Yeah, Croagunk again. Now, Croagunk here, get this, Croagunk is the only other Safari Pokemon that was normally only catchable, in the Safari Zone, that you can actually catch, on a route, outside of the Safari Zone. Yeah, so I guess that made a Croagunk a pretty special Pokemon, in that regard. And speaking of Safari Zone, now we have a Yama. Okay. Oh yeah, and we don't see much of Yamas all that much either. Yeah, well, we did see Jessie have that one Yama, which automatically evolved into a Yamega, but But anyways, but after that, we don't really see much of Yamas or Megas for that fact. Although we did see that one Yamega in that Diancie movie, but why else? But why else did you see Yamegas? Well, actually, there were some where the Gudra where Ash's Gudra lives. So yeah, there's that. But why else? But why else do you see Yamegas? Not that much. And speaking of Pokemon you barely even see, now we have ourselves a Wormadam. Now since Wormadam, like it's a female evolution of Burmy. Unlike its male evolution, Muffin, these Wormadams actually take the cloaks that you have your Burmies, that you actually have your Burmies stuck with, actually do evolve into another certain type, that they actually do evolve into. Like say the grass cloak one actually becomes a grass and bug type. The ground one, the sandy cloak becomes a bug and ground type. And for the trash cloak, it actually becomes a bug and steel type. Now, even though the Wormadams aren't exactly all that viable in terms of battling, but I do say that it's actually a pretty good thing, to get to the Wormadams. Well, you know, to keep the clokes that they're wearing, and can actually change their typings. Depending on the cloak they're wearing. Yeah. So anyways, now we have this guy Mitchell, who's supposed to be a psychic guy, but who actually uses a Duskull. Yeah, these psychics are pretty not very inconsistent at the moment, because we saw from that previous psychic who just happened to have a Drifloon. And now we have this guy, and now we have this guy who just happened to have a Duskull. Yeah, these psychics, they aren't exactly being all that good when it comes to being psychic, are they? Okay, now Luxray, since the Kadabra disabled my bite, I'm gonna use Spark instead, which automatically kills the Kadabras. There we go, second mental defeat. Defeating you will be no easy matter. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, no shit. Oh, there's some listen, I'm down there. Oh yeah, and yes, right. Yes, right. And if you saw that spot where it may look like how to be its own a certain path, a pathway, just keep an eye on that, because we are going to be coming back to that. Because yeah, we are going to be coming back to that place. Yeah, it is going to be pretty shocking. Well, not that much if you actually played this game, but whatever. Anyways, now we have this guy who actually has a Jolteon. Yeah, how about that? How about that, guys? Yeah, how about that, guys? Jolteon's already. Oh yeah, and now yeah, that's right. Now he has a Vaporeon. Okay, now he's gonna use Quick Attack. Wait, why don't you use the Water type moves? They are effective on my Luxray, so why don't you bother using that? Why don't you bother using Water Gun or something like that? I mean, come on now. You could have easily done so. Okay, now it's a Flareon, which means that it is Floatzel time. Oh yeah, and it's also because now that my Floatzel needs to get on the same levels as the rest of my teammates. Anyways, now that goes out the Flareon, and that is all the evolutions. That is all the evolutions that this guy has. Excuse me. But don't worry though, we are going to see the other evolutions. No doubt about that much. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And speaking of evolutions, I think I may have said this before. You know, with the Leafeon thing, back in Eternal Forest. Eevee actually gained not just one, but two new evolutions in this generation. A grass type evolution and an ice type evolution. Now, which could only be evolved if you actually level up your EVs and at a certain location. Now since we saw the location of where you can actually evolve your EVs into Leafeons, we haven't seen the one that we can evolve our EVs into Glaceons yet, but we are going to get there, of course. But anyways, and speaking of Eevee and Glaceon, I honestly don't, for Sword and Shield, I honestly don't get why they changed the evolution. You know, the way that you evolve your Eevee into a Glaceon and a Leafeon now. Now you just have to use a Leaf Stone, and an Ice Stone now. Although I guess this can be good in terms of actually getting them faster, but doesn't that take away of how they used to evolve in previous generations? I mean, yeah, doesn't that kind of take doesn't it kind of take that way of how it's supposed to evolve previously? Yeah, I just find that to be weird to me. Okay, now we have this guy, Jamel, who just so happens to have the exact same Pokemon. And now, if it didn't exactly pick up, in Javelstone City, a Porygon. Yeah, we actually see, a Porygon here now. How about that? Anyway, now one more crunch shit and not Porygon. There you go. Now, it is actually a good thing that I actually got that Porygon in Veilstone City before coming here, because that would be another registration in this whole video. Yeah, that wouldn't exactly be all that pleasant, now would it? Yeah. So I can't say that it is a good thing that I managed to get that to obtain that Porygon in Veilstone City before coming here. Yeah. Now battling this guy, Brian, with a Y instead of an I. How about that? Yeah, really, honestly, I really don't see much Brians that are spelled that way. We mostly see Brians that are spelled spelled with an I instead of a Y. Although I think it is mostly because I think it's mostly because I never actually met a Brian that is actually spelled that way. But anyways, however, if any of you out there that are watching this are the named Brian, but it is spelled with the Y instead of an I. Please say so in the comments. Anyways, now we got ourselves a Magmarizer, and with what that does, if we hold that item onto a Magmar, and then you trade it, then that is when like it'll evolve like into another Pokemon that was actually introduced this generation, Magmortar. Yeah, how about that? A Magmar with and like evolution. Now this is exactly what I was talking about that Rumenix cave / tunnel thing of where he could take you to the final location of where you can get those last two unknowns, and not to mention with the like Hippopotas thing too. Yeah, this is a location of where you can actually where you would do of where you would go if you if you want to get that Hippopotas, those two unknowns. As you guys are seeing right now, I'm only finding like Geodudes in the moment. Geodudes in the moment. So yeah. Okay, now that is all the stuff that is on the route. Now before I end this off, and considering that I had to do a lot of battling at there, I may as well go back into the Pokemon Center and get myself healed up, because we won't technically be able to heal ourselves up for like a little while. We won't technically be seeing any sort of like a Pokemon centers for a while until we actually reach the next city. So yes, so let's just say it is gonna be a long trip. So I hope you came prepared with more like a super potions and all that, because on the way to the next gym is actually quite a long one. But anyways, now we're gonna end this off when we head to the next step right there. So to the next one, see you guys next time.